leaving Campbelltown you can take advantage of a south-going tide for 2 or 3 hours before the turn of tide in North Channel. Using this you can end up with a fair tide more or less all the way. That's what we did. However, we were unfortunate enough to have winds straight from the south-southeast, which meant that even with that tide turning in the North Channel, we ended up having to close haul and not quite being able to make our route towards Bangor. So we ended up coming a bit further to the west, as close hauled as we could be, so that we closed with Islandmagee. And then in the last couple of hours we just lost interest and motored the last couple of hours to get there against the chop that was developing once you had wind against tide. But also being over here meant that at least we were out of the worst of the wind against tide problem, because we had the lee of Bangor and the headland and south side of Belfast Lough to help us out.
Afternoon everybody. We're running a bit of a competition today to see who can be the first person to work out where we are. So just the other side of these two big rocks, this little island here, there's quite a famous piece of land, and I'm going to give you 3 clues as to what that is. The first clue is that we've just come down this piece of water here really quickly with the tide. We've flown almost as though we had wings. And the second clue is she's laughing. The second clue is that you look very carefully over there, you might see a mist rolling in from the sea. And if you haven't got it yet, here's the third clue. You got to play the whole thing.
That's if they don't get it on that clue. The whole thing's now you get the answer.
Okay, now you get the answer. Answers in the comments. This is a marvellously exciting bit of sea. That's Ireland over there, and you can just see around the corner there is a lighthouse on some big rocks, and there's another big rock over there with some kind of building on it. It looks like a house. I've just had the binoculars on it, can't really tell. It just looks like maybe a military building with lots of windows in it. The one with the lighthouse on is beautiful. And then where we've just come past over there, you can see where the sun is coming down on the water. You might just see 2 black humps in the water. There's more rocks over there, and to the right of them there's another one over there with a mark on it. Oh! And it's just a very rocky area. Apparently there are underwater pillars. Underwater pillars, underwater rocks, very uneven seabed, which is then leading to this kind of messy sea, which is great fun. I love it. But there's Ireland. Hello, Ireland.
Looking across Belfast Lough you can see a spire, and to the right of that a very small hill covered in trees, and just right of that is the aiming point to take you towards the entrance to Bangor Marina. As you get closer it all becomes apparent. There's a hard turn in past the seawall. Keep the concrete island in the entrance to your starboard side, and then once around the back of that you do a hard starboard turn into the entrance to the marina itself, which is very, very sheltered. We preferred to back in, so we actually turned to port here, and you can see us reversing through the entrance. I hope that was useful or enjoyable or both. As always, please do click like, subscribe and hit that bell icon. These things really help the channel grow. Do come back soon.